So the reason why I lost my faith in God all stems back from my childhood. I didn't go to the most welcoming and inviting church at all. Very intimidating. There was a lot of set of rules that surprised a lot of people when I shared it with them. One of them being they gave us a name tag and we had to flip it. If we didn't flip it, they would know, they would call us and we would get in trouble. Other rules were you couldn't dance, couldn't do trick-or-treating, couldn't celebrate Christmas, so I never knew what the holiday was about until I met my wife. All those set of rules was just becoming too much. There was a point in my life where my faith was definitely tested and it was really lowered, and that was when I lost my dad. That was one of the hardest moments in my life. I lost him in February of 2021. He lost his battle to COVID. I remember telling myself, like, my dad's fighting for his life. If I'm able to maybe turn my faith to God real quick, if I can talk to him, maybe he can pull a miracle, maybe he can help us out because we're crying, we're struggling, we don't want to lose our dad. And so when I'm by myself or when I would need to clear my head, I would go for a walk. And during those walks, I'm not really saying a prayer, I'm just looking up in the sky and just having a conversation with God, just saying, hey, I know I haven't been there. I know I haven't talked to you that much. I know I felt like I turned my back on you, but please, I can't lose my dad. I got that news from my sister that my dad's heart stopped. And then later that day, we had to make the hard decision to pull the plug because he was not doing better. That was when I was just spiraling out of control. All these emotions when you're grieving, it just hits you and you just can't describe it. I just was hit with grief, frustration, and anger all at the same time one day, and I just exploded. I got mad at everything and everyone, especially at God. At that point, I felt like, what's the point of praying and talking to God if I felt like he wasn't even listening? I was just pretty much shut off at that point, and I just turned my back on religion and faith and everything altogether at that point. One of my best friends, her name is Fatima Cruz. She introduced my wife to Midtown, and then my wife introduced me to Midtown. I remember the day we were going. On the drive there, my wife and I had a little argument because I was just telling her, man, I don't think this religion's for me. I'm pretty sure this church is gonna be like everyone else. I just don't want to come. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be daydreaming the whole time. And she was like, just stop being stubborn. At least have an open mind. At least check it out. So in my mind, I just agreed with her. And I just said it just to make her happy. And to be honest with you, when I went to Midtown that day, I was just there to make her happy. Little did I know when we showed up, I was not prepared for what I saw. So like I mentioned, when I was introduced to religion, it wasn't the most welcoming environment at all. That was a complete opposite with Midtown. When we walked in, everyone was smiling, welcoming us. I was not used to that. When we walked in, everyone is like in their seats, out of their seats, singing happy praises and praising about God. I was not used to that. I was just used to everyone being monotone and just sitting there praising and waiting for the pit minister. And then here comes Pastor Efren, which he came out singing with everyone. He's engaging, his storytelling, everything. And I don't know how, and it's to this day, it's hard for me to explain. When he did the sermon, he caught my attention, and it's hard for me to really describe what happened. Something in me awoke and opened up. Something that he said that always caught my attention was, you don't give to Midtown, you give it through Midtown. And I did not understand that at that time. It took me a couple weeks and going to Midtown a couple times to fully understand that. But I remember leaving church that day and I was smiling, which my wife noticed that. And then on the drive home, I noticed that I was in deep thought because I thought I lost my faith. And then next thing you know it, I'm just thinking about Midtown and questioning what just happened. I had so many layers to block away religion that was slowly being chipped away. And next thing you know it, I'm going from this guy that doesn't care for religion that's all of a sudden engaged and excited to go. And it's hard to really understand, but Midtown did something in me that triggered something that's been waiting to come out. It was like God was finding his way to me, but he used Midtown as the tool. And now all of a sudden I'm this guy that loves Sundays, so I can go and be part of Midtown and praise and worship and just be in the moment with my church.